Hello, and welcome to the Tier 1 stream. I promise I know what I'm doing. I've got everything under control. Welcome to the Tier 1, our most competitive tier. We have almost a full grid, 18 drivers on the grid, and hopefully we will have a very spicy, a very interesting, and a very fun race ahead of us. Hello, Webby. Before we get into the race, I'd like to remind you all we are affiliated with Rogue Energy. Please use code PHX at checkout for 10% off of your order. Now, on to the game. Please capture the game. It's not wanting to capture it. It is. There we go. As we get into the game, we also have Mr. Nadim. Hello, Mr. Nadim. My
Hello.
friend.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Well, what am I doing? I'm spectating this race.
Beautiful. As we see, to no surprise to anyone at all, Rico in the lead for one-shot qualifying. It is one-shot qualifying because it is a sprint weekend. We have one-shot qualifying, then a 9-lap sprint race, and then a 26-lap race. Also, not a shocker, but still very nice to see Cos Sylvie, I hope I've pronounced that right, now in the lead of the qualifying, is reserving in for Alfa Romeo, previously racing for Ferrari last time out in Monaco. Now this time with our sister team. Cos, Rico, and Pains all fighting very close to each other for first place, as Ghost Rider unfortunately retiring from the session in this qualifying session. Though out of qualifying, there is still a sprint race, 9 laps, where Ghost Rider can surely redeem himself, as Rico is invalidated his lap. Now Cos and Pains drive two future Ferrari drivers are in first and second, very close between the two of them, 3/10 splitting the pair of them. Very close between everyone. Only
Aston Martin driver.
top 6, all under 128, and the rest of the pack 128 or slower. Unfortunately, a few drivers appear to have had a spin. I believe Denrod had a spin, which is why he got a 141.0, and Armin taking it very slow for some reason or another. Thank you, Armin, for a very, very relaxing cruise around the final corner. Yes, Mousy, it is almost a full grid. It is going to be a very interesting race. I do look forward to seeing it, though also at the same time I am terrified for the potential number of incidences that we may have. I have just been disconnected from the call because my phone has said no to me. Reconnect, please. Thank you. Welcome back.
Happened?
I don't know. My game said no. Oh, sorry, Discord said no. I got a message. I tried to respond to the message, and then Discord said, no, you're going to join the voice call instead of seeing the message, so, oh well.
No.
I do not know for certain who has been signed for what team. I do know for certain in terms of my team. I have signed Cos for Tier 1. And I am currently in the middle of signing a few other drivers as well. There's a lot of driver moves going on for Ferrari.
There's a lot of driver moves going on for Aston as well.
And Aston Martin as well. 2 team principals doing the commentating. What could possibly go wrong?
We should tell the guys that Rico will be racing for Aston Martin next season.
Alongside, yeah.
So Rico and Fat Cat are going to be teammates next season for Aston Martin. So already there is unbelievable pairings on the grid.
Webby, if you're worried about your position in Alfa Romeo, I have to say, considering your amazing pace in the qualifying and in the sprint to maintain first place, and then obviously after stumbling down the order in the race, and then you coming back out. Oh, you've already been signed? Yeah, I was going to say. And then you coming back out in 4th place, there's no way in hell Ollie and Joe will let you slip through the cracks. Like, yeah. Without a doubt. Let's have a look at it. Now, there's something to see. For the sprint race, mediums and hard compound tyres will survive to the end of the race, but Awful Snake has opted for the softs. Awful Snake in 10th place has gone for a very different strategy to everyone else. Potentially a two-stopper if he can't make those tyres last. Signed before Monaco, understandable. You are a very quick driver, I have to say. If I could sign on 3 or 4 drivers for Tier 2, I would have signed you. But unfortunately, obviously, I can't do that. It's a bit unfair to the other teams to try and nick you from my sister team. Sad face. Okay, I did get you this time. I'll get you next time. Just you wait. Season 7, you'll be mine, or season 6.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I had a very itchy nose.
Oh, lovely. Did you itch it back?
Yes, so I had to deafen so you don't hear the ASMR itching.
Thank you. I was just saying, out of all the grid to try and go for a risky strategy, I did not expect to see Snake go for the softs in the sprint.
Oh
Considering
no,
that in the race in Tier 2, Webby, I think your teammate, it's over 9,000, did this as well. He went for the softs, and his tyres were about 10 laps old, sorry, before he started to properly lose a lot of grip. Like, he was losing so much time.
I don't think the softs are gonna be the optimal. Oh, what is Ghost Rider doing? Oh,
No,
doing something
Fudge
another?
unfortunately has retired. Fudge
I
going
think.
for a bit of a grass cutting experience, you know, gotta get prepared for the race.
I mean, I have to say I'm not too keen on the soft tire, especially in the sprint. Mediums are gonna be a lot better at the end, but the soft could get you up into a decent position by the end, so we'll see. Again, a lot of things can happen. We've seen it in Tier 2, so many incidents. It's gonna be a big race here, and this lap 1, why are we in lap 2 already? I don't know.
This game's amazing. Would you like to take us for the first lap?
Yes, please, if I can see when
Go
they are
for it.
going.
We're on COS right now.
Here we go. 5 red lights and away we go. Kos has an amazing exit from Paints. Paints is keeping his position against Fat Cat, who's up into P3. Fat Cat is still through as I can't find the buttons. Brisson now up into P4. Kudos P5 as Beb sends one down the inside. Now going around the outside for the next. Oh my god, Kudos almost slips as we there have a Alpha
I think
Tauri.
Zolt's. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, there's been a huge collision at the back from Ghost Rider, Armin. Oh my god, there's front wings flying everywhere as Kos leads away from Pains, Fat Cat, Briskin, Beb, Fudge, Kudos, JP, Gravy, Rico, ending up the top 10 as
JP and Gravy going side by side.
Yes, this air now coming into. Is it Cops? Yes,
Yep, that's Cops.
Yeah. As you could have probably maybe seen a great move by Nadim during the race in Tier 2. Did a very opportunistic move there. But yeah, Gravy up into P8 now as JP has lost the position and now he's going to be on the
Beb
back foot.
spun!
Beb
is tumbling down the order.
Beb has now lost the. Was there contact? Possibly. There could have been contact, but now Beb is down all the way up into P16, so he's not had a great race. But there's a huge train of cars that we can see right now as I need to lower the volume of my game.
Yeah, probably
So
don't want to
please
go deafened on
continue.
this.
Yeah, so please continue while I try and fix this.
Sort out the settings. Well, we got ourselves a bit of a kerfuffle at the back of the grid there. Zolt's cutting the grass going into for the pits. Denzel as well found himself backwards on the track. Ghost Rider going into the pits. I think Denzel's tyres are very easily struggling to get off the line. Beb is back away on the track. He's 2 seconds behind Armin, and Armin 9 seconds behind, whilst everyone else ahead of them, except for Fudge, are all within a second of each other. Which is very interesting to see, I have to say, for a sprint race. Rico up 8 positions. He started in 17th place, unfortunately, after invalidating his lap and being disqualified from the qualifying session. He is now up into 9th place, 1 position away from a point-scoring position for the sprint race.
See this as well, Darkness. We have Cos and Pains who are leading away from. Then you have Fat Cat and Brisk in their own little, little train. But there's a huge train behind with so many cars, and this is gonna be interesting as Rico now is gonna try and have a look down the inside. He does stick it to the inside. JP has to go wide, but he still keeps the position. Is he gonna go to the inside? He does a spin in the background for Awful Snake, who was on the softs, and now that strategy is gonna be no-go after that spin. But my goodness, this race has been reasonably clean, but again, very interesting. As I get a message on Facebook.
Still very tight between all the drivers, I have to say. It is. This is our most competitive tier, and I'm not surprised, but equally, I'm very surprised to see so many drivers racing so cleanly. I have to say, it is quite a sight to see. Just look at that. All of those drivers, all of them, just in a train, one after the other, fighting for the same position. I think that's, what is that, position 11 all the way up to 6th place, fighting Fudge for 5th place. So that's a 6-car battle for one position.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
As now Cos and Pains have themselves a 4-second gap behind them to Fat Cat now.
Oh.
As Denrod unfortunately continues to struggle on those very heated tyres, now disqualified from the session from going backwards. I guess, yeah, he was trying to spin his car back round and fortunately didn't go his way. As Brizen makes a move on Fat Cat Batman for 3rd place, sorry. Too wide into the chicane, and Brizen with the inside line takes 3rd place. There is a yellow flag. I can't quite work out what is going on though.
It was from Denver, I think.
I would assume as much. Yeah, that is where he DNF'd. Or disqualified, sorry. But now a Williams 2-3 so far in this sprint race. Certainly a very good start for Brizen, making that position up. But still, Rico, stunningly, is into the last point earning position for the sprint race in 8th place. He's made some incredible moves, I have to say. He's quite impressive, as Marco and Tech are now going side by side. I don't know what corner this is, but he's going down towards the old pit straight now. Very good move around the outside by the reserve driver. Certainly someone for the team principals to keep an eye on for a potential signing for next season. We'll have to see. Slightly further behind, I think we've got a two-way fight between Armin and Beb, going into cops side by side and keeping it clean between the two of them. Now into Maggots and Beckett's. 3 cars fighting for 13th place, sorry. Awful Snake, who opted for the soft compound tyres, is fighting with Beb. In fact, speak of the devil, he's unfortunately spun. So now it's just Armin and Beb fighting for 13th place. As Beb now receives a 3-second time penalty. First to fall victim to track limits around the track. Slightly further ahead, we got Rico closing in on Gravy ahead of him. He's going for a move down the inside, and he makes it stick quite well, actually. This is a terrible camera angle, EA. Thank you.
No, the camera angles on Silverstone are absolutely terrible.
They are, but there we go. We get a better view with Gravy that Rico has managed to make the move. Now 10 positions up from qualifying 17th. And has gotten around Gravy. A brilliant start indeed. As Marco and JP are going side by side now. Around the same corner where he once overtook Tech the last lap round. He's now fighting JP going down the old pit straight towards Cops now. Is he going to try and go too wide? He's not close enough to try and do that. Unfortunately, it's Zoltz. I think... No, that's Awful Snake, unfortunately. Yellow flagging for Sector 1 again. As we see again further ahead, Cos and Pains just pulling each other away. Pains is actually closing that gap quite rapidly. The DRS down the hangar straight has helped him incredibly to close that gap down. But unfortunately, Cos is still just ahead, 0.2 splitting the pair of them now.
Oh my god, Marco, what a send down the inside on JP. Oh my god, he's been
collision! between the two
No!
drivers. Marco losing his front wing and going past the pits now. It's
No,
actually
no,
going to
he does
make it
a
into the
Hamilton.
pits.
He does a Hamilton in. But, oh, JP got hit by Marco. Completely hit.
JP
JP
have
did.
any damage from that?
I
Doesn't
think it's only Marco. I think
I
it's
think
only.
Marco potentially it is possible to get side bonded for
It is.
damage, so I
No,
wouldn't be surprised
he's got
if he had that damage.
he's got no front wing, Marco, so it's definitely him. But he's went to the side of JP, completely spinning him out. So, very unfortunately there, JP. Have
Rico, he's not done with his fight just yet. He's now 3/10 off of the gearbox, off of another McLaren ahead of him. Fudge is now under pressure from Rico. Very close. He's going into Cops. Unfortunately, not close enough to try and make a move just yet, but he's going to stick right by that McLaren and potentially make the move down the old Hangar Straight. Old Hangar Straight? Sorry, the Hangar Straight. There is
the
no
old
old Hangar Straight. It's the old pit lane, not the old Hangar
Wait,
Straight.
I'll be back.
Brilliant move through Maggots and Beckett's there. Brilliant exit. Now he does have that DRS, so although Fudge has DRS, Rico.
Fudge has DRS.
Yeah, Fudge had DRS. Fudge was within a second to Kudos ahead of him. So Fudge, although had DRS, Rico, I would imagine, deploying more than enough. As Beb now retires from the session, unfortunately, Rico would be deploying, I would imagine, to make that move stick. Now only 0.6 seconds behind Kudos ahead of him. This man is on a mission. Nothing can stop him, no worries. Now Rico up into 6th place. Still quite a close pack as we see... oh, what's happened here? Tech has made a mistake and unfortunately has lost 2 positions. JP now up into 10th place after that unfortunate incident between him and Beb. Oops, and Maverick as well, now up into 9th place. 5 seconds away from the next point scoring position. You and Trexie for Alpha next season. Now that is going to be a very spicy lineup for Tier 2. Trexie is an incredibly quick driver. It's quite scary how quick he is. So it certainly will be interesting to see what he can do. As we go back to Rico, yet again going through Mackett and Beckett again. He will have DRS. Kudos with more than a second ahead of him will not have DRS. Will Rico be close enough to make a move, or will he have to sit by for one more lap? Unfortunately, not close enough just yet. But he is still on the hunt. JP now, the first driver to fall victim to track limits, has himself a 3-second time penalty. Very unfortunate to see, though still brilliant to see that so many of our drivers in Tier 1 today have managed to stay clear of track limits. Fortunately, Awful Snake retiring from the sprint race. Whilst they may be out in the sprint race, there is still the full race, 26 laps to go. Ghost Rider now falling victim to the track limits. Back at Batman coming around towards the old pit straight now. He is closing in. Will he potentially be able to make the move into, out of Maggots and Beckett? We'll have to see now if he can keep that gap the same through these corners. Flick left, flick right, gear up and across, down the Hangar Straight. The finance system is coming in this next season. So, be interesting to see how the different teams cope with that. As we have a position change between multiple drivers now. We've got JP moving a position down Armin and Tech, the Red Bull TP, in 10th and 11th. And also just ahead, I think Fudge Gravy losing a position to Fudge. Just ahead of him now. Yeah, the finance system is in this season. Or this next season, sorry. Honestly, it's so complicated. Even I don't fully understand it just yet. So I think that information will, for the time being, be closed off to just the team principals. But we are gonna. So in terms of the team principals, we will have a meeting to explain all this because even I don't fully know it all. It is whilst it is an interesting system and very complicated, it's also a lot of maths, and I'm not a fan of maths, so I definitely will need a run through it. As we now come towards the final lap of the race, going through Magnus and Beckett's, Paynes is 0.3 behind Cos. He's going to have DRS. This is the final straight to take the lead of the race. Can he do it before they get into the third sector? Now into the third sector. Fortunately, Paynes has not managed to close that gap enough to take first place. They do still have the chicane ahead, but I think that will be it. Cos has coped brilliantly with Paynes so close to him. DRS the entire time, but Cos crossing the line, taking first place, Paynes second place. And Fat Cat Batman managed to make a move on Brizen into the final chicane, going too wide. They cross the line, Brizen takes third place back. As Fat Cat Batman beaten by 38 thousandths of a second, he loses third place. Unfortunately, kudos to come in 5th, 6th for Gravy, 7th and 8th for Fudge and Rika to finish out the top 8 scoring point scoring positions. That was very close between the Williams and the Aston. I did not see that coming at all.
Oh my. Oh my.
So Williams with a 2-3 as we now wait for Ghost Rider and Zolt. Unfortunately for them, they had a few spins during the race, which found themselves now 45 seconds behind the driver ahead of them, JP. Whilst they come towards the line, P18 to P11. Well done, Armin. I mean, 3 drivers did unfortunately retire from the race, but well done. Still an impressive drive, as we see a very nice fight between Zolt and Ghost Rider here. Ghost Rider still with that 3-second time penalty. Zolt has got the inside line and takes the position from Ghost Rider, who would have lost out anyways because of that time penalty. Fortunately, though, the only point scoring positions are the top 8, going from 8 down to 1 points respectively. So, Cos, again, with another 8 seconds in his pocket, as now my game has frozen. Why? Thank you for unfreezing.
Oh no. Oh,
Fine,
no.
Rico, driver of the day, completely understandable. Honestly, I would have voted for him as well. The man gained, what was that, 12 positions?
I think that is impressive. That is impressive by all the means.
Marco is our Mercedes driver, right?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Hello, Bazuki. I hope I've pronounced that right. How are you doing, mate? Migrating host, that's not good.
Oh no.
My game's completely frozen. Why does it do this? Why? Please fix your game, EA.
Oh no.
Right, I'm going to have to task manager and shut this down.
No.
Technical difficulties, I will get the game back up and running very soon. Error, not enough players remain... Oh, Jesus Christ. Go away, thank you. You'd like to sign up for League Racing? Well, my friend, you have come to the right place. You will find on our channel... I can't describe it very well because it's somewhere there. Hello, Wolf. How you doing? We do have a Discord invite link. So I will soon have commands, so you will soon be able to do commands to get the Discord invite link. But if you look in the About section, you should be able to find it there. If you join the Discord, someone on the Marshall team will welcome you and get you around into racing. We have 4 full-time seats, 4 full-time tiers, sorry, for... we're not we're in the process of getting it sorted, but Twitch is taking its sweet time to process our account, which is really annoying. So thanks not EA. I can't even thank EA for this. Thanks Twitch for taking your sweet time. Now as we can try and join the lobby again now. But yeah, if you want to get into the League of Racing, you're welcome to join the server. Well, you kind of have to join the server to race with us. We have 4 tiers of full-time seats. Currently, I think all of them are quite full, but we do have a few free seats. Tiers 1 and 2 use the TP system, so you get signed by a team principal for that seat. I'll explain it a lot more later into the stream, or if you join the server, I'll certainly explain it to you then. I really hope this is the formation lap. I'm going to assume it is, because no one is racing at their top speed. I didn't get a screenshot of the sprint qualifying, or the sprint race, unfortunately.
No.
Hopefully Maverick got that, because he is also in the race. Right, tyres! Now there's something I did not expect. Ghost Rider in the Ferrari has opted for the soft compound tyres, whilst the majority of the grid have opted for the mediums. JP, Maverick, Rico, Fat Cat, Pains, and Cos have opted for the hard compound tyres. So it will be interesting to see. We do know that the one-stop does work quite well here. The hards can last around about 17 to 20 laps at a push if you're good at tyre management. Whilst the mediums, you will struggle to go about 15 laps at most, I believe. And the softs, I mean, if you manage to make it 9 laps, well done to you, honestly. That's impressive as hell. Mr. Suri, I will come back to you. Hello, welcome. If you want to join League Racing, I'll come back to you with that. But let's get on with this race. Nadeem, would you like to take the first lap, or shall I? I mean, I'll probably stumble across half my words, so you can recover. I'll do it, and you can help me recover if I mess up horrendously.
No. Okay, go ahead.
5. I've not got the telemetry on my screen either.
What are you
but
doing?
5 lights, and away we go. Cos with a very good start, and managed to maintain the lead so far. So too the 2 Williams behind, swapping position so far. Oh my god, there's a lot going on in the back there. Kudos, there's 3 cars going side by side now, as the Aston Martin Fat Cat Batman seems to have a light bump from behind there. As we go through around towards the DRS straight, we've still got 5 cars jostling for position side by side. Fudge, Gravy, Kudos, Rico all together. Further down the grid, we've got Maverick, Marco, Zoltz all fighting all close together. Nadeem, take it away. You do it so much better than me.
Oh, there's a safety car. The safety car is back on the track.
That's just for you. I haven't got the safety car. What is this?
Oh, I got the safety car. The safety car is going into people. Oh, brilliant.
To clarify, the safety car is not enabled. We do not have the
three
safety
wide.
car
Oh my god, they're going 3 wide into cops.
Into cops. 3 wide. That is brave.
Oh my god, he's spun into the. Oh my god, he's just spun into the Mercedes. Amsol has just spun into the Mercedes. Oh my god. Thankfully, there was not.
Beb now running, having to drive off to the runoff area. Fortunately, not getting a penalty for that incident.
Marco has gotten damaged. Amsol has also, I think, gotten damaged with possibly some weird, but that was a big crash. Back in the front, though, we have, again, a very big train of everybody except the top 3. So,
indeed.
Yeah.
Sylvie, Cos with the fastest lap.
Fudge almost spins. He goes off the track, and now Fat Cat retakes P7 from Fudge, who had a big moment into turn.
Zolt with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And that will not be served. 5 seconds, whilst is a penalty that you can serve in the pits, will not be served if you receive it in the same incident. So obviously he sped into pit lane. He will not serve it till the next pit stop. He now goes for the hard compound tyres to potentially the end of the race. If he managed to do that, I'll be impressed. I'm not a commentator for PGSL. I wish I was. I really do wish I was, but unfortunately, I'm not that good. I'm really not. I think Nadeem probably could do it, but I'll probably stumble a few times. I'd need a lot more practice if I want to try and do that.
Nadeem could do it. Well, I could, but I can do my poetry if you want. I can do a little bit of. I can do a little bit of Martin Brundle here.
Well, before you get into your Martel. Yeah, his name's Martel now. Martel Brundle now. We've got ourselves a nice fight between Rico and Kudos ahead of him. Rico starting on those hard compound tires, whereas Kudos ahead of him has opted for the mediums. So for the next 3 to 4 laps, Kudos will certainly have the tire advantage, but Rico does not look to be holding back. He's got those hard tires ready to go and is fighting all out. DRS enabled this lap as we have another driver tumbling down the order. That is Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, Ghost Rider is tumbling down the order, is now down to 15th place. Very unfortunate to see. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, shut up. I think Beb's had a bit of a spin as well. He's now down into 13th place. 3 cars now fighting for 11th place. Armin leading the pack there. Maverick's already leading the pack there as well. Half a second ahead of the 4 of them. Oh my god, my track map has gone. Why? Why have you done this to me? Thank you. Let's see now. So much going on. I can't keep up with everything. It's really annoying. Here's something interesting. So we saw at the start the top 3 opted to go for, sorry, the top 2 opted to go for hards, whilst 3rd place Brizin opted for the mediums. Brizin has now taken the position from his teammate and now is fighting for the lead of the race. Whilst in most cases you would assume going for the hard compound tire would be the optimum strategy. You end up finishing the race on your faster compound tire, which then which then allows you to be able to fight a lot closer with the other drivers because you'll have less fuel and you have the faster tire. But equally, the medium strategy is...
What the... Wait, what?
Yeah, I've seen that. Equally... Remove it. Equally, the medium compound tire at the start of the race is also a very good strategy. You find yourself with 4 or 5 laps of a huge advantage over the other drivers around you. But at the same time, whilst you may have the pace in the early stages of the race, you'll have a heavy fuel load. And then in the later stages of the race, you'll have a lighter car, which means your hard tires won't wear down as quickly, but will still have a significant disadvantage to the drivers behind, as now Ghost Rider retires from the race, rightly so. Unfortunately, the Ferrari driver hasn't raced in a while. It comes back and is now retiring from the session. Very unfortunate to see. Slightly further back, I think we've got ourselves a bit of a fight. Oh, actually, we got another fight ahead. We got Fudge taking the position from Fat Cat. Fat Cat is still fighting this. Again, this is another situation where the tire advantage has helped him hugely, but we know Fat Cat to be a very quick driver. As Gravy... Oh, what's going on here? Gravy and Rico, I think, potentially have swapped positions. I can't tell. Kudos losing a position to Beb as well. Can people stop having so many fights? I'm trying to keep up. That is not allowed. Alright, let's see.
You good?
Yeah. Look
Oh my god,
Yep.
what up? No, bro, oh my... Where is this guy? You're getting banned, my friend.
No, that's fine. Okay. Didn't have to do that one.
Well, I can unban him. I can time
Just
him
leave
out.
it for now, yeah.
I'll give him a timeout for a minute. But please, do not time any of that stuff in chat, please.
But again, like the sprint race, we see it again. The top 3 are just running away with it. 4 seconds now, the gap from Pains to Gravy, as the 2 Williams drivers continue to battle it out and try and fight for the lead of the race. Cos absolutely pushing it. Honestly, it is some impressive driving by the 3 of them, keeping it clean for such a long time now as we continue further back. Rico still 2 tenths behind Rico. He is struggling to catch up. Of course, the hard combat tires, they will they will reach the right window very soon. As Rico seems to have a bit of a moment there, a slight oversteer, catching it before losing control. What do you mean Ferrari is mad? I mean, as a Ferrari team principal, I'm a bit upset. You know, my driver, he's retired from the race. Kudos, he's doing his absolute best. Honestly, Kudos is an absolute legend to show up to as many races as he can. Currently fighting in 10th place, fighting with 2 cars ahead of him for 8th place. Every point is important in the championship. Since when is there animated emotes in Twitch? What is this? Is Twitch now Discord? I'm confused. As we see Beb and Tech now fighting for position. Tech, unfortunately, actually looks to might have lost 2 positions now. Going down the old pit straight, Kudos has got the inside line. And now onto the old pit straight, Kudos has the position. Tech now down to 10th place. Hello, Webby.
By the way, these are the custom subscriber emotes from both me and JP, by the way.
Of course. As now Kudos and Beb find themselves up 1 more position. Hopefully Tech can fight his way back, losing 2 positions in 1 sector, less than a sector. I know that pain is quite frustrating. As Kudos now with DRS down the hangar straight, makes the move down the inside and takes 8th place. Now Beb looking for a move down the inside, though not close enough to secure the position. God, everyone's so close, and okay, you can now do it, Nadim.
What happened?
These guys are so close, but there's too much to talk about. This is annoying me.
Bro, what is wrong with this guy?
Already done.
Thank you very much. What? But why? I don't understand.
It's okay. Moving on. Let's see. We got ourselves Maverick. Maverick, the one and only TP for McLaren, is now fighting for position with Armin, reserve driver for Red Bull, as Armin has had a spinner and has collided with Maverick. Armin receiving a lot of damage there, and Maverick hopefully has not received too much. Does appear as though he's lost his end plate, and hopefully that is it. But the 2 drivers have collided now. Armin down to 14th place, with, I would suspect, a hefty amount of damage, though it doesn't appear as though he's got a hefty amount of damage. He's got himself into a battle with Snake and JP ahead and behind.
No, well,
behind him, pardon me, as Brizen puts in the fastest lap on those medium tires. Why do I have hiccups now? Come on!
As they do that, I'm gonna be back in a short bit.
Thank you, Nadim, leaving me with hiccups. Yeah, Webby, I'm gonna do them straight after the stream. Why have I got hiccups? I'm really sorry, guys. As Maverick goes in the pits, understandably so. Unfortunately, he did walk away with damage from that collision. Oh my god! Please don't go just yet. Let me just get rid of the hiccups.
Guys, clip this, please. Somebody clip this. Clip darkness hicking up.
As we got Awful Snake and Armin going side by side down the hangar straight. Armin with the inside line initially, but now Snake with that inside line manages to fight for that position and up now into 13th place. Webby, shut up, alright? The hiccups happens to the best of us, as now we have position swap between teammates. Pains and Brizen have opted to swap positions now, with Pains 1.3 seconds behind Cos. Now, could this be team orders? Could this be that Pains knows he's got the pace with those hard compound tyres, is now going to push it to close that gap now? Brizen, of course, on those medium tyres. Nadim, I hate you. I hate you so much. Tech now into the pits. I would say had enough of those medium compound tyres, but it's quite surprising to be to have had enough of those medium tyres. But I guess he's opted to try and go for a potential undercut on those hard compound tires.
Oh, Darkness, I love you, dude.
Hate you too, bro.
Let
Rico
me
now
go. Let me go now.
still 0.3 seconds. All right, seen a bit. 0.3 seconds behind Gravy. Going down the old pit straight now into Cops very soon. He will have DRS. DRS is the drag reduction system. Many drivers finding themselves within a second of the driver ahead of them can have the rear wing open, reducing the drag and increasing the pace of the car. If you've seen the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, you will have found out that it adds about, I want to say 15 kilometers per hour in Azerbaijan down that main straight. I don't know it in Silverstone. I don't know the statistic. As we see Rico going for a move down the inside. Beautiful move by the Haas driver. He now finds himself up into 4th place. As Brizen now pits, potentially going for the undercut as well. Opting for those hard compound tyres now. So Rico will find himself up into 3rd place with that overtake and a driver in the pits. But yeah, when the rear wing opens, you gained, I think it was 15 kilometers per hour around Azerbaijan. I don't know about Silverstone. I probably should know this, but I don't know fun facts with Darkness. I'm sorry. Get your refund here. It doesn't exist. As we now see Rico, 7.5 seconds. Splitting Rico and Pains. Of course, the top 3 are all in the same strategy here, so it'll be interesting to see how they cope with it now. As we see Brizen coming out of the pits, he's got those fresh hard, take him at least a lap or 2. I think it's about 2 or 3 laps to be able to warm up the tire, fire them up properly. As we see Fudge and Fat Cat Batman jostling for position into Cops, and Fudge has the position already. Fat Cat going wide coming out of Cops. But now, of course, Fat Cat is close enough to have DRS when they go down the hangar straight. Just needs to keep it tidy. You can see Fudge's rear light there. The rear red light is flashing, which means he is on charge. He is low on batteries at less than 10% ERS, which could open the door for Fat Cat to absolutely push. He has pushed. He's all over the gearbox of that McLaren ahead of him. But is he close enough to potentially fight for position? As I believe Fudge has also gone for the pits. Fudge and Gravy have gone for the pits. So I think a lot of drivers are looking to switch to those hard compound tyres now to go on to the end of the race. Of course, we are the weather for today's race. We go on board with Fat Cat Batman. The weather for today's race. Why am I spectating McLaren when I chose Fat Cat? Excuse you, game? Thank you. The weather forecast for the race today is that it is clear skies at the start of the race. Moving to the second slot in the weather options, we have dynamic. Sorry, you can hear me closing my window. It is very dark outside. I don't want moths in my room. And then the final slot for the race is heavy rain. So it is predicted weather for full wets. However, in the last 4 tiers we've had, tiers 5, which are open tier, and 4, 3, and 2, which was earlier today, just an hour and a half ago, or 2 hours ago. We never had enough rain in the race to for drivers to consider the full wets, but only for the inters. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers go for. Many opted for hards straight to inters, and many, as we can see already today, in tier 1 going for medium to hard to potentially inters at the end of the race, unless they decide to stick through the rain on those slicks. Slightly further back, we've got ourselves Beb, 0.4 seconds behind Kudos on the same old tyres as they started off with. Oh, what's happening here? We got ourselves a 3-way fight. Denrod unfortunately ghosted. He did leave the session during the sprint race, so he will be disqualified from the session and will not be receiving any points, as JP now pits from his hard compound tyres. So potentially from an earlier fight, he's going to get himself a new front wing, I guess. Potentially go for the medium compound tyres, which will hopefully last, well, 15 laps will last you to the end of the race. So I guess he's looking to finish on the mediums now for the rain to come in. Let's go on to Bev here. Gotta love it when it gets real quiet because everyone's so far apart from one another. I can't speak English, gosh. So far apart from one another that it's now down to a matter of strategy and tires. Wait, tires is strategy. I'm losing my mind now. Webby, please don't clip this. I really hope you haven't done this to me. Nadim's not here. I know what his tier... Oh, well, he announced what his tier 1 lineup is. I don't know what his tier 2 lineup is. I don't think he's racing anymore, though. I think he's looking to retire, unfortunately. As we have a change in position for Armin and Marco going too wide into Cops. Very close between the two of them, keeping enough space between the two of them. And now going into Maggot and Beckett, still going too wide, but Marco coming out on top. Now up into 13th place. You can actually notice now, if you look at the top of the screen, you can see it's gone a lot darker. And the clouds are out. I think we might see the rain a lot earlier than we've ever seen before. It's been interesting to see now. Of course, we've now only got, let's see, 6 drivers who are still yet to pit. 7 drivers. Oh, no, 6 drivers who are still yet to pit. No, yeah, 7 drivers. Armin has still not pitted from this race off of those medium compound tyres. So, interesting to see now. Go away, Windows. I don't need a notification when I'm in the middle of streaming. Even when I have you muted, you manage to make a sound. So now, if it's very cloudy, and we do know that it is due to rain very hard at the end of the race, could we see rain now? I would love to see rain now. It would certainly spice things up. I mean, the top 5 are all... What is that? Let's see. We've got 3 seconds between Paynes and Cos. We've got 7.5 Rico and Paynes. 4.5, 8.5, and then 0.2. As the AI for Denrod now decides to pit. Yeah, I think they're waiting to just pit once for those tyres, which would make the most sense. But the thing that I'm curious to know is, so Beb and Kudos, who are fighting very hard for position for 5th place at the moment, those mediums are going to soon drop off a cliff. So if the rain does not come in the next 2 to 3 laps, they are going to lose a lot of time to Brizin behind them, who pitted quite early in the race 4 laps ago for his 2nd stint for his hard compound tyres. So it'll be very interesting to see what Kudos and Beb do here. But no, I agree with you, Wolf. I think the top 4, all those on the hard compound tyres, are waiting for the rain to come in before the pit for inters or for full wets. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Paynes is in the pits. If you were here for Tier 2, you will have seen Paynes driving for Ferrari won the race. He pitted for the soft compound tyres towards the end of the race and managed to stick through on the soft. He's gone for the softs again. I think the rain is very imminent, very much imminent, and he has opted for the fastest compound tyre to try and cut that gap down and potentially take the fastest lap before the rain comes in. Because, of course, as soon as the rain is gone, the inters and the full wets are far slower than your slick tyres. And, of course, DRS is disabled, so you cannot have that extra advantage for the fastest lap, as I think. Let's have a look. Armin, unfortunately, spinning out along the hangar straight. But yeah, back to Paynes. He's opted for the softs already. And there's still another 11 laps to go for the end of the race. Of course, the rain to come in as well. So I'm very interested to know what he does now. With the top 4, the only drivers still yet to pit off of their starting tyres. As Zolt, unfortunately, falls victim to the 3 seconds for track limits. I hope Rico gets a podium as well. Sorry, I didn't see your earlier message, Wolf. It was a very unfortunate race for Rico out at Monaco. So hopefully this can be his redemption race to come back out on top on the steps of the podium. Now as Payne's Dead now crosses the line, he will have that huge tyre advantage. So will Beb, in fact. I've only just noticed Beb coming out on the soft combat tyres as well. So next lap, Armin going for the fastest lap potentially as well. Beb next lap will be able to go for the fastest lap. Yeah, that penalty in second place will certainly not give him any advantage. But when it does come to the rain section, I think whilst he may have that 3 seconds, he'll still be able to pick up the pace and maintain his position. We'll have to see. I mean, currently with the 3 seconds, he will maintain second place if the race were to finish here with 4.5 or 5 seconds, sorry, behind him. But we'll have to see. Still 10 laps to go, lots to happen. Where's the rain, though? That's my question. I want to see the rain, and we haven't got the rain. Where is the rain? Let's have a look at the positions gained. Beb gaining the most amount of positions. He's gone from 17th on the grid up to 9th place. Very good so far. And Rico starting out 8th as Armin now takes the fastest lap. Rico starting out 8th, now up into 2nd place with that 3-second time penalty as well. And there goes Paynes, pissing for the soft combat tyres, taking the fastest lap from Armin. Extra point in the pocket for himself. I think the rain will come out in the last lap as well. But having said that, though, if these drivers have opted for the softs now, Beb now taking the fastest lap. It's going to be a fight for fastest lap now. I think because they've gone for the softs, the race is imminent. It'll be here in the next 2 to 3 laps. As Paynes with those softs has caught up to Kudos, he is going to have a massive tyre advantage over those 16-lap-old mediums. Now to going down the old pit straight. He's looking for a move, but is he going to make it into Cops? I don't think he will. He's going to keep his car steady close to the rear gearbox of that car. Going through Mack into Beckus now. Flick left, flick right, gear down. Get on the throttle as soon as you can. Not too early though. And now down the hangar straight. He will have DRS, and that is a very easy pass for the Williams driver. Now back up into 4th place. Of course, he was in 2nd place when he pitted. We'll have to see now. He's got 11 seconds ahead of him. He caught 3 seconds in about 2 laps. So there is potential, but I think it'll be very small likelihood that Paynes will be able to catch up to Fat Cat ahead of him before the rain comes in. As Beb now receives another 3-second time penalty for track limits. So if for tier 2 earlier, we had the rain come in, I think it was about 2 laps, 1 to 2 laps before the end of the race. So we had 2 drivers, 10th and 11th, pit for inters at the end of the race, whilst the rest of the crew, so the top 8 basically, or top 9, stayed out on the slicks to the end of the race. Lap 24 there you go. So a lot of the drivers stuck out on the slicks when the rain came in, which I have to say was quite impressive. Unfortunately, Nadeem fell victim to that and DNF'd in the closing stages of the race. I can understand it being very scary. I mean, you've got no grip, you're on slicks, so you're on ice tenfold. So it was impressive the fact that you guys even finished the race on the slicks. Zolt's now at the fastest lap. Unfortunately, because Zoltz is out of the top 10, he will not receive that extra point for the fastest lap. Felt like Lando. As long as you didn't get angry at your engineers to say, no, it's fine, then you're good. Though I can understand the pain. Honestly, looking back to that race, oh my god, Lando was on the line. He had the win in his hands and he lost it. I'm crying still now, Webby. Why have you got to make me cry now? As now my game audio has cut. Wonderful. And now my game... Why does this happen to me? Alright, so the last time my game crashed on me, such as this, or froze on me for a while, the rain was coming in. So I suspect we have rain coming in now. I don't know why it's frozen, though. I know my PC is still working, because my mouse still works. Spotify is working and everything. You shouted in the middle of Pizza Hut! Oh, that's brilliant! I will have to task manager and shut this down now. Ah, this is brilliant. Well done, Webby. I'm proud of you. I am so very proud of you, Webby. I'm sure all of the staff at Pizza Hut are all very confused as to why there is a man sitting there on his phone screaming at it. I can just imagine that. Right, please bear with me. I am trying to get this to launch as quickly as possible. I'm going to have to verify my files after this. I mean, I know that's not going to solve anything, but it's the only thing I have in mind. Yeah, Cthulhu, it's EA. What do we expect? The game's never great. It's never perfect. They can't make anything right. I mean, hell, they made Apex, and there's no audio. I can imagine that, Webby, but that's also not allowed. Yeah, unfortunately, he is out of the points. I told you, it's raining now. My PC just says no when it starts to rain. This is just... No, it doesn't like me. I'm upset. Now we get to see all of the drivers pit. I don't know the gap from Cos to Rico, but it looks as though Rico going through Maggots and Beckett's now. Cos has got, hopefully, plenty of time to continue on and maintain this lead. At least I saw it, yeah. So we'll see now. We've got, I think, yeah, that's Maverick just behind Cos. But here comes Rico, having pitted last lap for the Inters. Going into the final chicane. Cos now coming out of the pits. And Cos will maintain the lead of this race. Is now Armin, unfortunately, receiving a 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane. In fact, he is now retired from the session. So close to the end of the race, unfortunately, gone. Massive lead for Cos. I mean, he is a very quick driver. He is impressively quick. And I think he, along with Rico and Fat Cat Batman, they've managed... Payne's as well. I mean, Payne's pitted for the softs. And then now is pitted for the Inters, and he's back up into 4th place. I mean, a lot of drivers have managed to get the strategy right. So, very good. First time Rico getting dogged on. What do you mean getting dogged on? Oh, I know what you mean. Let's have a look. Not position changes, not stops. I don't care about the tyres. I want to see the fastest lap. So Zoltz has currently got the fastest lap. And because we are on the Inters, no one can beat that. So Zoltz secures himself that 1 point. Although not in the top 10, so he can't take that 1 point with him. Oh, wrong one. But now let's see. We've got ourselves the only battle on the track between Fudge and Kudos for 6th place. Both drivers without a penalty. So whoever comes out on top will currently maintain that position ahead of the other driver. Of course, when it is raining, DRS is disabled. It is a safety concern in real-life racing, and the game will copy that. So drivers now going around Silverstone will not have the drag reduction system. However, there is still ERS to play, unlike F2. Oh, as Fudge has had a bit of a moment trying to come out of the chicane there. Kudos now alongside the McLaren driver down the main straight. He's got that inside line. Will he be able to fight for this? Both lights are blinking. Both of them are low on ERS. Or relatively low. I mean, according to this thing, he's got... Oh, wait, no. It's the rain. When it's raining, it will forever blink. It's just another safety concern. I should know this. But Kudos fighting very close. Fudge managed to recover from a minor mistake coming out of the chicane there. But yeah, in the rain, DRS is disabled. However, you do have ERS, the energy recovery system. You can charge and deploy your battery as you go around the lap, which will help you with overtakes or spinning your tires quicker, I believe, which will help you get better exits out of corners and help you upshift through the gears with ease, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I'm aware, that's how that works. But yeah, having ERS in the rain is very valuable because it's the only advantage you'll have over other drivers other than your setup, because the tires will always be the same. Currently the only fight, though, on the grid. Pains is closing that gap, though, to Fat Cat ahead of him, fighting for 3rd place, currently just outside 1 second, even though being inside 1 second doesn't matter now. Kudos also dropping back now. Fortunately, 1.2 seconds, 1.1 seconds behind. So if we go on with Pains, he is now 0.6 behind Fat Cat. Could we see a change in order for the top 3? Could we see Pains back on the podium again after Tier 2? We'll have to see. I really hope I haven't cursed him. Oh no. I've probably cursed him. Webby, send help. Send pizza. I could really go for pizza now. God damn it. Slightly further back, we've got ourselves a very nice fight between Maverick and Awful Snake. Fortunately, both drivers are outside the top 10, so are not scoring any points. Why do you have Mackies? Did you just storm out a Pizza Hut after screaming at your phone? Did you get so embarrassed you just walked straight out the door? As we got Awful Snake still fighting for position with Maverick, whilst he may be out of the top 10 and will not be able to score points, he will still be able to fight and claim victory over another driver and besting them on track. Of course he did. See, I would order food, but the issue is delivery where I live is quite expensive. Like, from Mackey's is like £2, and then from Pizza Hut, I mean, Pizza Hut's just expensive. You're angry eating. I can understand why you'd be angry eating, as unfortunately Gravy, being in quite a good fight with Beb ahead of him, has now received a 3-second time penalty, which will certainly not help his efforts to fight ahead. Let's have a look at the penalties. Now all 3 of them are 3 seconds. And now between Beb and Gravy, it is down to position full stop. Wolf, as I mentioned before, though, Rico now in the rain is... Oh, hold on a minute. A Snake now is going around Maverick and into Mackett and Beckett. He has taken the position from Maverick. That is a superb move. That is a corner I have not seen anyone try and make an overtake in this entire weekend. That was incredible. As we go further ahead, in fact, before I come back to my point, Pains is now 0.2, 0.3 seconds behind Fat Cat. We are certainly going to see at least a good fight, if not a change in 3rd place victors. But yeah, going back to my original point, Wolf, whilst Rico has those that 3-second time penalty, I think Now, because of the rain, he certainly will have a nice blanket of 10 or 7 seconds now behind him before losing that position. So the pace that he had on the dry tyres certainly will have helped him now, and he is paying dividends now in the rain. But now with just 2 laps to go, can Paynes make the move before the end of the race? If he doesn't bin it. I mean, it's Silverstone in the rain, typical British weather, and it's an EA game, Codemasters game, so I wouldn't be surprised if the game just said no. But now the closest battle, in fact the only battle for points at the moment, is Paynes and Fat Cat, and who will come out on top. Hopefully both drivers in the next lap and a half, or lap and 1 sector, manage to keep it within track limits as well, because of course 3 seconds will be detrimental to their race and will decide the fate of who will finish in 3rd. I also like how Nadim said he'll be right back, and he is still not back. Damn it, Webby, now I really want Mackies. I hate you so much. I could really go for like a McFlurry right about now. As Zolt retires from the race. Zolt, who previously was holding the fastest lap, now retires. As Marco now receives a 3-second time penalty. Now, I cannot remember off the top of my head as to the rules of it, but if I remember correctly, if the driver with the fastest lap does DNF, I think the fastest lap then goes to the next fastest person, which will then be Beb, I believe. Don't quote me on it. I don't know for certain, honestly. I should know this, but I can't remember. But now we will go with Cos. Cos has coped brilliantly. He has qualified in 1st. He finished the sprint in 1st. And now he is going through the final chicane and now towards and into the final corner. He has finished the race in 1st place. Cos has won yet again. Well done, Cos. Well done, Alfa Romeo, for a brilliant reserve. You're welcome, Alfa Romeo. Pay up now. I gave you a good reserve. Massive points for Alfa Romeo now. Rico next across the line with that 3-second time penalty now served, not losing his position as Paynes. What has happened? Paynes has lost an end plate. And fact, what have I missed? There has been a collision between the two drivers. Fat Cat now crossing the line in 3rd and Paynes in 4th. No doubt there will be a report between the two drivers. Dante, welcome. What has happened? I'm so confused. Brizin next across the line finishes in 5th. That is a strong finish for the Williams drivers. Unfortunately, Shanae was not here to partake as well, which is why Paynes was then reserving in. Fudge coming in 6th place. A brilliant drive by Kudos in 7th place. Beb and Gravy in 8th and 9th. Continuing strong with a point collection for Alfa Romeo to finish out the point positions. You have Tech, sorry, team principal for Red Bull, down into 10th place. And whilst he may have a 3-second time penalty, JP is not within 3 seconds to claim victory and score that 1 additional point. Or that 1 last point, sorry. Man, I got hiccups at the end of that again. What is with me and hiccups today? I'm cursed, I swear. JP driver of the day, but I think technically the sprint race and the race happened in one day, So, Rico's driver of the day. I mean, he made a miraculous drive. Thank you, Webby, for clipping me having hiccups. So appreciative. Rico qualifying 17th, coming out second, and then finishing second and maintaining that position after such a tough. No, not finishing second. Finished 5th or 6th, sorry, in the sprint, and then finishing second in the race. Still, a stellar drive. I promise I can remember results. Please trust me with this. I can do my job correctly. Don't report me to anyone. Here we go. Now I got the results for the sprint, and I got myself the results for the race. What a superb drive by Cos. Reserve driver for Alfa Romeo, and now a full-time driver for Ferrari next season. Please get rid of the penalties so I can take a screenshot of the results. Thank you very much. Now we can advance. We can get on with those interviews. Welcome, Tier 1 drivers. I imagine many of you have potentially joined after the race. I hope everyone enjoyed that race. I mean, I certainly did for a lot of it. There was a lot of incidents. I have to say, I'm quite surprised by a number of incidents. I did kind of jinx myself at the start of the race, saying that Tier 1 is our most competitive. It's quite interesting to see so many drivers so closely packed together with no incidents so far. And I had to say that because then we had, I think, 2 or 3 cars get involved in quite a few incidences, unfortunately. But now let us get the interviews underway. If I can please have my game allow me to tab out and go to the virtual showroom as well. Oh, you know what? Alfa Romeo 1. You guys can have the new livery that they are sporting this season on your screens whilst I now tab out to get our race winner in here, because you are our qualifying champion, our sprint race winner, and our race winner. How's that race for you, mate?
Very tense.
Very
It's
tense. I can imagine so.
yeah, I had the Williams behind me. The whole race, Pains was just pressuring me all the time. In the sprint race, I wasn't feeling really comfortable on the medium tire, and he was right behind me the whole time. And when we got to the main race, it's just like, oh no, my consistency just came out of nowhere, and I was setting such fast lap times every single lap. Every single lap, I was just setting 30.8, 30.7, 30.9, 30.8, like every single lap. And then when I pit, I had 80% tire wear on both front tires and 75 on the rears. So it was just a puncture waiting for it to happen. It was one more lap, and I was not gonna win the race.
You were risking it for a biscuit. Wow.
Yeah, well, I knew if I pit, I was gonna end like Pains, so I just didn't pit and I kept going.
Unfortunately, my game decided to crash again when the rain came in, but it looked as though when I came back, you hadn't pitted as early as everyone else for the inters. You stuck out for a couple laps longer.
I just when the rain came, I stuck out for one more lap because it wasn't really ready. Like it turned from dry conditions to wet conditions, like to inter conditions in like no time. Had I pit that exact same lap, the rain had come, I would have gone. I would have been actually better off. But I didn't know. I thought it would take a bit longer. Turns out it didn't really take too much longer than I thought, and yeah, it just like it took like not even sector 1, and it already got to inter conditions for me. So I was just struggling to get to the pit lane. But after that, yeah, I just went to the inter and drove very slowly because I had like 14.9 wings or something.
Well, that was impressive driving, to say the least. I mean, it's like you said, Pains was really putting the pressure on you. I think at some point in the race, Brizin was in the lead, was fighting you as well because he had the medium compound tires. So certainly a very interesting fight and a very interesting battle between the 2 of you, or 3 of you even.
Yeah. Briston was like at the start of the race. Briston had a lot more pace, of course, because he has on the medium tire, and some parts of the track I felt I was going quicker, some parts I was going slower, and as the race went on, it was just getting better and better at driving the track, and so at like lap 5, it's just like switch flipped, and it was like going so much faster than I was before, and I think that was the key to winning this race. That apart from the strategy, of course, the strategy was very important, but I think my driving just turning absolutely godlike there at the midway point. I think that was what sealed it for me.
Well, it was certainly interesting to watch from the commentator's box. Unfortunately, Nadeem is not here to ask any more questions because he said he'll be right back about half an hour ago, and he's gone. So I have no clue where he's gone. But thank you for joining us for the race. Are you looking forward to Kota to next week? Do you think? Oh no, wait. You said you're not here next week, are you?
Yeah, I'm not here for the whole next month. So.
Oh no. So well, I mean, what a way to finish it. What a way to finish the season for you. You've got 2 race wins back to back.
Yeah, was that a Grand Slam as well? I got or
unfortunately not. No, Zoltz managed to steal the fastest lap right at the end, but he was outside the top 10.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
You got the Grand Slam in terms of wins. Keeping pole position. I guess that counts for something.
I guess, probably. But yeah, I'm just really tired right now. After
That's
that race, very draining.
Well, thank you for joining. Enjoy your 1 month break wherever you are going off to. I look forward to having you race with us in Ferrari next season.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining. Right, let's get. Oh, I have the wrong information up. That's not good. Please allow me to find the screenshot so I can remember things correctly. Unfortunately, Rico does not appear to be in the waiting room, so we cannot have an interview with our second place winner, but we can certainly have an interview with our third place winner. Let's get Fat Cat in here. Fat Cat, welcome. And Owl, the race engineer. Fat Cat, how is that? Oh my god, there's 3 Aston Martins in here, even though Nadeem's not even here. Fat Cat, how's that race for you, mate?
It was brilliant.
That's it. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was
man
brilliant,
of many words.
Indeed, a man of very many words. Maybe Owl, you'll have a few more words to say. How was that race for you?
It was painful to watch, especially these hard tire compounds deteriorate over 19 laps. So our tires were pretty much over 70%, and we were praying lap after lap. Please rain, please come. And finally it came and our strategy worked and we maximized our chances. I think everybody in the first 3 positions went all from hard to intermediate compounds, and it was definitely the strategy of the day.
Very unfortunate to see what happened to JP. I noticed that he was in the points for a while there, but then he's tumbled down the orders. Can you explain as to what happened there?
I think there were 2 factors involved in that. One was a car setup. It's always difficult to find a proper car setup that fits both dry and wet conditions, and I think the compromise of the setup wasn't as good as we hoped it'd be. And having a back car to drive, it's more likely to have driver errors with a car setup that doesn't quite fit you. So then a driver error happened, and that's how it happened essentially. But I wouldn't blame JP for that. So
very unfortunate. It happens to the best of us. But I mean, he's a champion from season 2.
Absolutely.
I mean, no one can take that title from him, and kudos for him to still keep going with it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So overall, not a huge victory for Aston Martin, but still a huge victory for you, Fat Cat. And with the drivers. Sorry, I actually don't know the standings off the top of my head. Let's have a look now. Actually, whilst I have you in here, who is in the lead for Tier 1? Rico is in the lead. This win will give you 15 points. You'll manage to climb your way up to about 4th or 5th. Though unfortunately, as a free agent, I don't
Not bad
know if
for a tier
a
3
free agent
driver.
can actually win the drivers' championship. It'd be interesting to see if you become the first free agent to win the drivers' championship. But you certainly
Not
have a
bad
lot
for
of
a
competition with Rico ahead, continuing to climb.
Yeah, not bad for a tier 3 driver, isn't it?
I mean, it's impressive.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't dare to do tier 1, and I'm on a controller as well. So, very impressive drive.
Absolutely. I can also tell you that, Fat Cat. Superb drive. Really, you've done everything correct today. So yeah.
Appreciate it very much. So.
Well, thank you for joining for Silverstone. Are you guys looking forward to are you looking forward to Fat Cat? No, are you looking forward to Kota next week?
No.
No.
I won't be there, unfortunately. I'll be in Ireland, and I'll go visit Maverick.
So the legendary Owl, race engineer Owl, will not be here to help the team around
Yeah.
Kota. Now this will be interesting next week. Now teams will have an even playing field. Well, I hope you enjoy your trip. You will be
Will
missed,
do.
but we will see you next week for Kota. Thank you.
And guys, one more thing. I'll be posting more photos of the Hockenheim ring because I'll be going there next weekend. So stay tuned for Formula 1 car photos.
Exciting.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to get rid of that.
Well, thank you for joining me today in the commentary box. Unfortunately, your team principal, Mr. Nadeem, is not here. But I'm sure he is very proud of you, Fat Cat. Well done. I see that you've been signed for Tier 1 next season as well. So, I mean, very well deserved.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, thank you for joining. Owl, enjoy your trip next week. And Fat Cat, I look forward to seeing you at Kota. Regardless of how terrible you might be at the track, I have faith in you.
I will die.
I have faith you will not die. And with that, unfortunately, Rico is not here for an interview. Though we do have a short feature. So during our 2022 Tier 1 race, we do have our 2020 race happening. And so now Shorts has joined us from the 2020 race and would like to have an interview. Shorts, welcome to the commentary box.
Hello.
How was the 2020 race? Do tell. I'm curious to know.
I just wanted to say, I normally don't jump in here in the waiting room, but I had to because it was just so insanely awesome. There was a last lap epic fight. So we had 2 safety cars, which for those of you watching, a safety car is used to come onto the track when something terrible happens. No, we had 2 safety cars. The first one was a few laps before the rain, and like 3 drivers, including myself, boxed early for inters while it was still dry out, so that was really risky. Then we had the transition period where it went wet. Then the rest of the field boxed, and there was another safety car just after that. Everyone went to inters, so all of a sudden I found myself on inters in P1 because I boxed first for inters. So I've never won a league race before, I should say that as well. And so there was the safety car came out at lap 24 or 23, and it has to go in right before the end of the race. So it went in at the start of lap 25, and we had 2 laps left, and everyone's on my tail. And so, I mean, I can show you if you want. I've got the recording. If you want, I can show you the on stream.
We'll have a look after the stream.
Okay. So just a really high level. It was before the final chicane. You know, we were going 3-way side by side in there. It was all clean. It was just epic fight for the line, you know.
Impressive.
With insane tire strategies because of the safety car. So yeah, it was a blast, honestly. I wish I could tell you more, but yeah.
Well, congrats on the race win. I'm sure it's more than well deserved,
Oh, no, I
especially if
didn't
it's
win.
your first one.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't end up winning. It was Emilio who ended up winning.
Where did you end up finishing?
So I was currently, based on the current results, I'm P2. I know the Bastut in P3 is going to appeal a time penalty he was given by the game, so that might change to P3. But still, oh man, it was a fantastic race for me. You know.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Unfortunately, of course, Tier 1 goes on at the same time, so we can't stream 2020, but certainly a stream I missed out on.
No problem. Thanks for still keeping this alive. I mean, we had a blast, and that's what counts, right? And for those of you
Absolutely.
watching, if you want to play 2020, join Phoenix Sim Sport as well. We still have it going, you know.
We still have 21 as well. It may be decommissioned, but we are welcome to revive it as well. Yeah, no, 2020 GOAT game. Even Mav will say this. 2020 GOAT game.
Yeah, it was today for sure. Silverstone in the mixed conditions. What else can you want for?
I am glad to hear it. Thank you for joining me for a very special interview for 2020.
Yeah, appreciate for dragging me here, man. Appreciate.
No worries. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
And that will conclude it for, I would say, F1 22, but that is F1 22 and F1 2020 with a feature interview with Shorts. Thank you, Shorts, for joining us. Nadim, welcome back.
Thank you.
He's here now. Wolf, I told you. Well, I didn't tell you, but he's here. He's back. He's alive. But yeah, welcome to the end of the stream, Nadim, as we now close shop and call it quits for the evening.
Yes,
You're a bit
wonderful
late.
race. It was a wonderful race. I think the winner did an amazing job of winning the race. I think he had a great strategy right at the end where the rain where it came in, and I think that crash was just very unfortunate.
What crash?
Was there a crash?
No.
I was talking about the crash I did in Tier 2, guys. This is just unfortunate. But the top 3 winners, they did incredible. The battle at the end there, it was just immaculate.
Okay. And that was the team. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the stream. This was Silverstone. This was our final sprint race of the calendar. We will be off to COTA next week. Whilst we do have the Miami Grand Prix happening in real life in the evening. Timings will change. I will say this now. I will be making an announcement I'll make the announcement tomorrow afternoon to say what the new timings will be, but don't expect the races to be in the evening for this next weekend. Miami qualifying, I believe, I do not remember what time it is. I can't find the sheet now. Miami qualifying is at 9 o'clock. This is for BST, British Summer Time. So that is 8 o'clock UTC. Whilst the race on the Sunday is at 8:30 BST, that is 7:30 UTC. So timings for the races next week, F2 and F1 will be changing. I will make an announcement of that next week. Thank you everyone for joining me this week, and I will see you next time.